Добрый день! Today we are going to talk about grammar, and this video will be devoted to Russian verbs in the present tense. I think this topic is really nice and really important because with the help of verbs you can talk about your daily life, your work, hobbies, so you can have basic conversations. Firstly, I would like to tell you a little bit about present tense in the Russian language. We have only one present tense in the Russian language. For example, in the English language, there is present simple, present continuous, present perfect, but in Russian, there is only one present tense. But we conjugate verbs in the present tense. It means that we change verbs for a person and for a number. Each person has its own ending. We have two conjugations in the Russian language, first conjugation and second conjugation. But before talking about conjugations, we are going to talk about infinitive. The infinitive is the initial form of the verb. It indicates only condition or action, and it doesn't determine time, person, or number. Russian verbs in infinitive form have ending t, 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 and more seldom ch, ch. Let's check some examples. Делать, делать. You can see that here the ending is t. Работать, работать. Also, the ending is t. Идти, идти. The ending is t. Нести, нести. Also, the ending is t. And беречь, беречь. The ending is ch. So now we are going to talk about first conjugation, the way we change verbs. In first conjugation, let's check the table.
There are two groups of verbs in the Russian language: verbs of the first conjugation and verbs of the second conjugation. We can identify conjugation of verbs by the ending in the infinitive form. So first conjugation endings in the infinitive form will be at, yat, nut, it, ti, ch. Also, there are several verbs on it, such as брить, жить, and several verbs on еть, such as уметь, жалеть. First conjugation verbs take these endings in the present tense. You or у, ешь, ет, ем, ете, and ют or ut. Let's take a look at the example. We will take verb понимать, which means to understand. This verb has ending at. It means that this is first conjugation. So when we need to conjugate this verb, we have to remove the last two letters. We remove letters t, and we replace them by the appropriate present tense ending. For example, я, we place ending you. So we have я понимаю, I understand. Ты, again, here is the same system. We remove the last two letters, t, and instead of them, we put the appropriate ending in the present tense. Ешь, ты понимаешь. Он понимает. Она понимает. Мы понимаем. Вы понимаете. And они понимают. Let's take a look at one more verb, читать. It means to read, and it also ends with at, which means that it is first conjugation. That's why we have to remove the last two letters T. And instead of them, we have to put the appropriate ending in the present tense. So, я читаю. We removed T and we added ending U. Я читаю. Ты читаешь. Он читает. Она читает. Here you can see that form for он and она will be the same. So the ending will be the same. It will be ет. Мы читаем. Вы читаете. Они читают. Second conjugation verbs have the following endings in the infinitive form. Eat, several verbs on еть, such as смотреть, видеть, сидеть, and several verbs on ать, such as спать, слышать, дышать, держать, стучать. Second conjugation verbs take these endings in the present tense. You or у, иш, ит, им, ите, яд or ат. We will take a look at verb помнить, помнить, which means to remember. Here you can see that this verb in infinitive form ends with it, eat. So we understand that this is second conjugation. And now, in order to conjugate this verb, we have to remove the last three letters. Be really attentive about this, because this is the main difference between second conjugation and first conjugation. I want to remind you that when we conjugate first conjugation verbs, we remove the last two letters. But when we conjugate second conjugation verbs, we remove the last three letters. And when we remove them, we replace them by the appropriate present tense ending. So, я помню. You can see that we removed it, the last three letters, and we put the appropriate present tense ending for я, for form I, ending U. Я помню. The same is with the rest. Ты помнишь. Он помнит. Она помнит. Мы помним. Вы помните. Они помнят. And now let's take a look at verb говорить, which means to speak or to talk. Here you can see that this verb ends with it. So we understand that this is second conjugation. That's why we have to conjugate this verb following rules for second conjugation. We remove the last three letters and put the appropriate present tense ending. So we will have я говорю, I speak, ты говоришь, you speak, он говорит, она говорит, мы говорим, вы говорите, они говорят. Okay, and now I would like to get back to infinitive form. Sometimes it happens that we use verbs only in infinitive form, so we don't conjugate them. And now I would like to explain you why do we do that. We use verbs in infinitive form after these words. For example, быть, when we form future tense. Хотеть, мочь, уметь, любить, начинать, заканчивать, идти, ехать, можно, нельзя, нужно, должен or должна. The main difference between these two words is that form должен is used when men speak and должна is used when women speak. And one more word, лучше. So if you see these words, then after them verb should be used in infinitive form. Let's take a look at some examples and you will understand this rule better. So, я буду отдыхать. You can see that here we used verb быть, future tense while forming a future tense, will. And that's why verb rest, отдыхать, we used in infinitive form. The same works with я хочу есть. So we used verb to want, we conjugated it, but after verb to want, we used the next verb in infinitive form. And we have я хочу есть. I want to eat. The next one, я могу плавать. I can swim. So here we have verb can. We conjugated it. We received я могу. That's why after this verb can, we have to use verb in infinitive form. Second verb we don't need to change. Я могу плавать. And the same system works with the next example. We have verb I love. We conjugated this part. I love. Я люблю. That's why verb to read, читать, should be used in infinitive form. We should not conjugate it. Я люблю читать книги. Also, we use verbs in infinitive form after such words as is allowed, is not allowed. Let's check the example. Здесь можно курить. Там нельзя курить. And also we use verbs in infinitive form after word have to. Я должна идти. Я должен работать. You can see that verbs идти, to go, and работать, to work, are used in infinitive form. We don't need to conjugate it. And one more example. Лучше смотреть комедии. So when we want to say it's better to do something, we will use infinitive verbs in infinitive form after word it's better. So лучше смотреть. It's better to watch. You can see that this part to watch is used in infinitive form in Russian. Смотреть. Okay, guys, and now I will give you some homework. Here your task will be to identify conjugation of verbs, if it's first or second conjugation, and also try to conjugate these verbs using rules we had on our today's lesson.
If you wish to book a lesson, you can freely email us. You can see the email here, or if it's necessary, you can open the description to the video and see the email there.